Harper and Harper Audio present No Purchase Necessary by Maria Marianayagam, performed by Rama Valluri. A note before we begin. Don't forget to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider. It contains a glossary and references. For God, who makes the impossible possible. For my parents, who emptied themselves to give us everything. For my sister, my best friend and role model. For my husband and children, the greatest prize of all. 1. It all started with the first mistake, week 1 at my new school, not surrendering my eraser to Jacob Underson. One thing led to another, and by week 3, I had stolen $1 million. That was an accident. Sort of. Or maybe it all started with the first lie. A lie I'd never had to tell my parents before. But a 79? I was so sure that was a mistake when I walked up to Miss Livingston after class. No way that could be right. Still, my neck burned with dread, and my toes clicked against each other, the way they always did when I was distressed. I took my time clearing my desk, waiting for the class to empty before approaching her. I stood there smiling, hands clasped in front of me, waiting for her to look up from her notebook. It was clear she was pretending not to see me, but after a couple of minutes, she slowly lifted her eyes. Yes, AJ? That's not my name. My name is Ajay Anthonipillai, pronounced Ajay. And I won't even bother with the last name. But I wasn't going to correct her. 2 weeks had already passed since the start of the school year, and I didn't want to make this conversation any more difficult than it needed to be. Ms. L didn't know me in this town where everyone knew everyone. Ms. Livingston, is this paper marked out of 80? No, it's 79%. My face tingled. How was that possible? She raised her drawn-in eyebrows. Is there a problem? No problem. Just wanting to know how I can do better next time? My voice was squeaky between uneven breaths. I thought I followed the instructions for the assignment very carefully, and I'm not used to getting grades like this. Ms. Livingston pulled her sparkly hot pink glasses down to the tip of her nose and peered at me over the specs. Grades like what? Like below 90%? She pushed her glasses back onto her face and began pulling together the papers on her desk and tapping them into piles. 79% is a perfectly fine grade, AJ. I have very high standards for reading comprehension assignments. I want to see more depth in the interpretation. Depth in the interpretation? This was 8th grade language arts, right? I gave her a blank stare. She let out a puff of air and continued. While I think you were able to uncover some meaning from Frost's Nothing Gold Can Stay, there was a lot left behind. I couldn't stop staring at her. Her black curly hair reminded me of Amma's, but didn't look natural against Ms. Livingston's pale skin. Amma's soft brown skin and plain features were unlike Ms. L's sharp edges, too. But when Amma was mad, as I was sure she'd be about this, those smooth curves contorted into harsh and terrifying shapes, something I didn't want to deal with. Ms. Livingston's eyes softened a little. It's the first assignment of the year. You're new to my class. Keep reading. I'm sure you'll get there. She tried to smile, although it looked more like a wince. You're gonna be late for your next class. Okay, thank you, Ms. Livingston. I will do better next time, I said with my own counterfeit please-like-me smile. In math class, Mr. K handed back our first quiz. 100%. I shoved it in my notebook, pulled out my language arts assignment, and...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?